Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. My name is Rogelio Rueda, and I will be presenting to you the iVend loyalty overview. Can I please ask you if you can raise your hand very quickly just to let me know that you are able to hear me as well as to see my screen. Thank you. Thank you all. Okay. Thank you again for joining this this session. Again, my name is Rogelio Rueda, and I will be your presenter today. Today we're gonna talk about iVend loyalty. We're gonna see a quick overview of iVend loyalty. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will try to sneak out and see if there's any questions on the chat window, and I will try to respond to those questions to the best of my knowledge. And let me just start by showing you what the agenda will be this morning. Today we're going to be talking about the loyalty setup and process. We're going to talk about the very basic, the very start of the whole loyalty solution, which is the loyalty program. We're going to talk about special days, the loyalty levels that you can define for your loyalty program. We're going to talk about the loyalty plans that you can attach to your loyalty program. We're going to talk also about the different notifications that you can set up in your system for your customers. And finally, we're going to talk about how the membership groups, the adjustments, and the transfer of loyalty IDs can take place in loyalty. I think I'm missing one last point in the agenda, which is the loyalty reports and loyalty dashboards, which we're going to cover very, very briefly. First of all, this is a very graphic way of how I like to show what loyalty is about. iVend loyalty is based on a loyalty program. As you can see, you can have as many loyalty programs as you need. In the most recent versions of loyalty, this is a new feature, so you can create more than one loyalty program for your company. For every loyalty program, you will have to define the different loyalty levels as per your needs. You're going to define, if you wish, loyalty special days, such as anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, Christmas, etc. You can also define loyalty notifications, which are going to be attached to your loyalty program. How and when you want to notify your customers about different events. Okay, and now very importantly, look how you can have more than one loyalty plan attached to every loyalty program. Okay, we're going to cover that also. Then finally, we have what we call the membership groups. Okay, you can have your all your family, your wife, your children, or a company. You can join and have only one membership and earn and redeem points from one loyalty ID. You can also define loyalty. You can have loyalty card transfers, whenever a customer decides to move out, let's say, and wishes to transfer all the loyalty points to a friend or a relative. And also, we're going to talk about how the loyalty adjustment journals are done. Okay, for any reason you need to adjust the points that you have awarded to a customer, you can use loyalty adjustment journals. As far as the loyalty process is concerned, it's as simple as this. Okay, so you register a new member, then you attach a loyalty program to that member, and then the customer just starts awarding and redeeming points during the rest. Let's talk about the loyalty program first. Like I said, this is the base of the whole loyalty configuration in your system. The loyalty program comprehends a registration method, a card management type. We'll talk about that. Then we have the level allocation, the award bonus point on registration, the award criteria, the level management method, the redemption method, and the conflict resolution, among the most important settings that you will see. So let me just very quickly move to my management console. You all know the management console, and first and foremost, whenever you decide to use iVend Loyalty, you need to make sure that in your enterprise you will go all the way down, and when you see the loyalty option is active, this needs to be checked. Okay, otherwise you won't be able to see and to use all the different iVend Loyalty features. Now, once you activate loyalty in your system, you need to restart your management console, and then you will see the new loyalty option right here. It's operations, loyalty. And these are basically all the different options that you need or that you use to set up your loyalty program. Okay, so first of all, like I said, this is the loyalty program, the base of everything. I'm using, as you may notice, I'm using the iVend Demo Stack 5, and this is it's a package. It's a set of applications all together, all the iVend applications put together in one demo database. So there's some settings that come already with the package. So this program is already in there, and as you can see, for this loyalty program, we have defined the customer code as the registration method, and the card management is actually irrelevant in this case. I'll show you why. Let's just so that you can see what the different registration methods, because once you set them up, you are not able to let me just move this a little bit. You are not able to change it. Okay, so make sure that you select the right registration method and card management type before you begin, so that you don't need to change it afterwards. Like I said, you can always create a new plan, a new program, excuse me, but this is very important that you decide the exact registration method and card management type that you need. What is the difference between all these three? Customer code means the same customer ID or customer code that you use to register your customers will be the same as the loyalty ID. Okay, so there's no need to create a separate number, a separate ID for the loyalty customer. Loyalty card means that you're going to use perhaps pre-printed plastic cards for your loyalty members. So if that's the case, then you need to select the loyalty card method, and then you will have to select the card management type, which can be pre-printed, auto-generated, or user-defined. Pre-printed means that you are going to have a vendor that will provide you with the plastic cards with predefined loyalty IDs. Okay, so so that's what you would use in case you would have to you would use pre-printed cards. Auto-generated means that still you're going to use a separate loyalty ID for your members, but it's going to be auto-generated, and I'm going to show you how you generate those IDs, those loyalty IDs, using the proper option in the loyalty menu. And finally, you can also have user-defined. This is not as common, but you can also have your users to create their own loyalty IDs whenever they're creating a new loyalty member. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of here and go back to my loyalty program, Acme Retail, the ones that comes with my demo stack. The level allocation method, another important setting, whether you're going to allocate or move your customers from different levels based on the available points, the awarded points, the available currency, and the awarded currency. What's the difference between available points and awarded points? Well, if I'm, let's say that we have, let's go quickly to my different levels here so that you can see, you know, bronze is when you create a new member with 0 points, it's going to be on the bronze slab. Then from there it will move to silver when the customer reaches 200 points. Then after 299, then on 300 points it will move to gold, and 400 and up it will be platinum. Okay, so those are my levels, and the way that you're going to allocate or move your members to different levels is whether you can do it whether on the available points or the awarded points. The awarded points means no matter how you know how many points the customer has at this very point, it will always remain on that level. Okay, the most used one is total available points. Another important setting, whether you're going to award points based on every transaction or on a cumulative basis. We're going to cover that also in the presentation. Level management method, redemption method. Also, I have a slide on this so that we're going to see an example of what current level and fallback means and what's the difference. Okay, so let me go back to my presentation and make sure that you understand that the loyalty program is the base of everything. This is you can compare as if you're doing your enterprise settings. Okay, this is the global settings for the whole loyalty program in your company. Again, the registration method, like I said, you have the customer code. The card management does not apply. When you select the loyalty card, then these can be auto-generated, pre-printed, or user-defined. Again, loyalty card attached to customer. This is when you would like your customers not only to bring a plastic card, but also to identify themselves as the owners of that membership. Okay, I guess that's could be considered the most secure registration method. So whenever you are using the auto-generated option for your loyalty members, then you need to make sure that you define your document number series specifically for the loyalty cards. And then whenever you do register a new customer, a new loyalty customer, you will see that prefix and sequential number will be used for your loyalty ID. So just to show you the example, let's go to, this is done on administration document number series. So make sure you select the right, sorry, this is on my way. The default series, of course, you have to select the store for which this document series will apply. You don't have to select a specific pause. You can, define a series for the whole store, and then important, select loyalty card. Okay, so let's say that you select a prefix, loyalty member, for example, and then you select the start number and an end number. Okay, make sure that you change the date when you want this to start and to end. More importantly, the end date. Okay, so when you're going to use pre-printed cards and you need to create the actual loyalty numbers, loyalty IDs, then you need to go into operations, loyalty card, and sorry, wrong, pre-printed loyalty card, sorry about that. So you're gonna do new, and you're gonna, just for control, you're gonna keep receipt number. You will have to enter the store for which these cards are going to be generated. Let's say that we're going to generate 100 cards that I just received from my plastic card vendor, and then you can enter any comments here. So in order to add a card number, you can either do one by one, or you can do automatic creation by using maybe a string, let's say loyalty member, and then you add a new row, and then you say I'm gonna start on 00001, and this is going to be a number which needs to be increased, and that's it. That's how I want to create my loyalty cards. So all you do is OK, and then your loyalty cards are then created. Okay, so all you need to do is do OK, and then you're gonna have all these plastic cards. Then you're gonna have to do the appropriate transfer of those cards to your relevant store so they can start using them and assign them to every new member. So that's about the pre-printed cards. In terms of the level allocation method, as I mentioned, there's two options. You have the total available points and the total awarded points. As I mentioned, the difference is, it's whether my customer will be on either the bronze, silver, gold, or platinum level, depending on what is currently available at this very point. Okay, or I can assign the level based on how many points has this customer been awarded in the whole history. Okay. The award criteria. There's two options for the for awarding points to your customers, whether it's on every transaction or on a cumulative basis. Okay, so in case you're using every transaction, every single transaction the customer does at the POS, they will earn new points. Okay, whereas if you're using the cumulative basis, it's only when the customer reaches a specific amount of purchases when you're going to award, let's say, $500 in currency. Okay, in this example, only when the customer spent an average of $10,000 over the past 180 days is when you're going to award $500 in currency. This is just an option that you can use. So let's do a quick example. Let's say that you have a customer. It's on the top level, which is platinum, with 400 points, and let's say that the silver level is 100 points. So let's say that your customer has 500 points awarded, but it's only at this very point it has only 100 points available. Okay, if you use the total available level allocation method, your customer level will be silver. All right, whereas if you use the total awarded allocation method, your customer will remain as platinum no matter how many points available, in this case 100, the customer has. All right, So be careful on whether, which one you want to use. The most common one, I would say, is the total available. So that encourages your customers to come back and continue to purchase from you. In terms of the redemption method, we also have two interesting options here. Again, if you see, my different levels are bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, so let's take an example just to show you the difference between using the current level method in terms of redemption or the fallback. This one, fallback, is a little bit more complex to calculate, but it's also common in some industries, in some companies. So let's say that your customer has 470 awarded points and also available points right now. So if you're using the current level as the redemption method, you will see that the only operation that you need to do is to take the 470 points divided by the points conversion factor, this right here. Okay, why am I using 1? Because 470 falls into the platinum, right? So I'm going to divide by 1. Then you multiply by the points to local currency, which in this case is 1 for all the different levels. And then you're going to multiply for the percentage, the redemption percentage that the customer is allowed to redeem. Okay, so in this case, 470 divided by 1 times 1 times 100. So in this case, the customer would be able to, would have a total currency of $470. All right. This is, of course, I'm using a loyalty plan where my customers earn 10 points for every $100 that they purchase. All right. Now, using the fallback redemption method, that's a little different, okay, because you are going to basically to redeem to your customer based on every single level of your plan. All right, so you take the current available points and then you subtract excuse me, you subtract the maximum, sorry, the minimum value for that slab. So in this case, it's 470 minus 400. Then you divide again. You divide by the conversion factor, which in this case for platinum is 1. Then you multiply by the points to local currency, and then you multiply by the percentage that the customers is allowed to redeem on that slab. Okay, in this case it's 100. So the customer, based on the platinum level, will have $70 currency value. Then you take the next slab, which is 400, and then you subtract the minimum value for the next level, which is 300, and then you divide by the points conversion factor, which is 2 in this case, times 1, which is the points to local currency, and then times the percentage that the customer is allowed to redeem on that specific level, which is 90% for gold. So that means that for the gold, as far as the gold level is concerned, the customer has earned $45. Then again, similarly, you take the next level, do the same operations, and at the end you add everything up, and then you get to the amount of $176.67, which is the total available currency for this customer if you're using the fallback redemption method. All right. Let's see. So again, redemption method, if you're using current level is the simple one, and fallback is the second exercise. All right. Yeah, a little complicated this one, but like I said, it's common in some industries, in some regions, maybe regions of the world, and that's why we allow these two different redemption methods in iVend loyalty. The point expiry setup is also how you're going to handle the expiration of your points in loyalty. Okay, so we have the method as this, could be sliding or fixed date, customer type, whether you want this expiry setup to apply only to a specific customer code or customer group. All right, and you can also have for the, if you select a customer code, a customer group, you have to select which level also you can apply this expiry setup to. And in case you, for sliding, you need to define how many days ahead you're going to use for expiry days, or if this is a fixed date, you have to usually, the end of the year is what you use. Where do you define your points expiry setup is again on your loyalty program, and this button right here. Excuse me. And here's where you select whether you use sliding, fixed. Sliding, I'm sure you understand, it means that if I earn 40 points today, I will have 365 days to spend those 40 points. All right. Fixed date means, and again, you can add more than one. So if I use fixed for all or for a customer code, a customer group, I can have a combination. All right. I can even use a specific expiry. Let's say that for my platinum customers, I will use a more relaxed, or maybe I give them 2 years for the points to expire. All right. Or in case I'm going to use a fixed expiry date, I have to specify here the expiry date that I want my points to be invalid. Also, we have the special days. You can define as many special days as you wish: New Year's, Mother's Day, Boxing Day, Thanksgiving, whatever special days you wish that you want to give, special awards to your customers. Special days you define right here. So again, it's very simple. You just define which is the special day, what is the specific special day, and whether you want to activate or inactivate that special day. And of course, if you want to create a new loyalty plan, you will have to indicate which program you're going to attach it to, and whether it's a special days plan, special days for customer. What is special day for customers? It's their birthday or their birthday or the anniversary. Those are the special days for customer, and you can also define a special plan for those days for your customers. Maybe, double points, stuff like that. On level management, like I said, Demo Stack comes with 4 levels: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. What do you define on your level management? Well, you define the level, you name it the way you want, any name you wish. Very importantly, you define the minimum value, points to conversion factor, points to currency, and the maximum redemption % allowed per transaction. Where do you define those? It's in your loyalty level. Okay, so if you want to create a new one, you just click new. There's no limit for the different levels, and again, minimum value. So when my customers start the loyalty program, they start at 0. Points conversion factor, I'm not sure if it's you understand clearly this, but it means taking the points that the customer has, you divide by the points conversion factor, and that's how much currency you're going to give to your customer. Again, maximum redemption, you can keep this at 100 for all your customer. That's up to you. But in case you want to, encourage your customers to do more purchases, maybe at the bronze level, you can only allow them to spend 70% of their available points. That's an option. All right. So the more, your customer grows into a new loyalty level, the more you can give them to spend. 90% for gold, for example. About the loyalty plan, as I explained, this is where you define the type, the date period. Okay, so you may want a loyalty plan to start on a specific date. So let's say that you want to create a loyalty plan specifically for the Thanksgiving weekend. You can do that. So you specify the date period. You can also, do a loyalty plan by customer, and you can use a criteria group. You can use it. You can also define a loyalty plan for a specific tender type, award type, award value. You can also attach it to a store, and you can use also exception rules. Let's go to the loyalty plan in the management console so that you can see what I'm talking about. So again, DemoStack comes with this basic plan, and as you can see, you have your basic plan. Again, this is where you define whether this is a normal, special days, or special days for customers. And then down here is where, all the serious stuff comes. Okay, so you want to apply this plan to all your customers, to a specific customer or a specific customer group. Then you enter the value here, whether it's a customer or a customer group. You can also attach this plan to a specific slab, bill value. On every transaction, like it's set up here, for every $100 purchased by the customer, I am going to award 10 points. All right, that's how it's set up my loyalty plan right now. Again, you can add more rows and have different combinations. Be careful, because you want to make sure that you don't have any conflict between these different settings that you do. All right. Again, the loyalty plan type, you can have the normal one, the special days, and the special days for customer. These are found in your customer card, right? Operations, business partner, customer. For every customer, you will have a date of birth and anniversary date. So if you define a plan for special customer days, then those promotions or those settings will apply whenever the customer's date of birth or anniversary date are. Now, calculation on and calculation value. Also on the plan, you have that for a calculation value of 100, like I explained, you award your customers with 10 points, right? So let's say that we have a transaction amount of $220. If you're using the every option in your plan, then you're going to award 20 points to that customer, right? Because it's for every 100 you give 10 points, so that's 220 points. Whereas if you use the greater or equal option on the calculation value, then you're going to award only 10 points, okay? So that's up to you. It's how you want to handle your loyalty program. Now, member registration, very simple. You just enter a new customer, again, customer. Whenever you do new, by default, you will see that the loyalty member will be checked, all right? So if you don't want that customer to be a member of your loyalty program, just make sure that you uncheck this setting, and very important, which loyalty program you are going to link your customer to. This is how you, very simple, how you register your new members. Again, the bronze level is the bottom one, the most basic one. So as soon as you link, you create a new loyalty customer, it will be on your bronze with 0 points awarded. Okay, a very quick example on how you award points to your customers. Let's say that we have the plan that I already explained to you, where for every $100 you award 10 points to your customer. Okay, so that's in your plan. You select the every $100 points 10. Okay, 10 points awarded for every $100. Let's say that you have this sales transaction where the purchase is for 104. Okay, so before the customer does that purchase, the customer has 30 points available. If we're using this plan, then the customer is going to earn 10 more points. It's 104, it's only 10 points. So that will give us a total available points of 40. Now, how this customer is going to redeem? Well, the customer is on the bronze level, right? Excuse me. So that means that using the current level method, which is the one I have defined on my demo stack, then the points conversion factor will be 4. The points to currency is 1. The maximum redemption percentage is 70% for the bronze level. So the redeemable amount will be 40 points divided by the points conversion factor, which is 4, times 1 times 70%, which is $7. This is what the system will allow the customer to redeem, because the customer is on the bronze level right now. Please, if there's any question, please don't hesitate to write your question on the chat window. I will try to respond as many questions as I can. So membership groups, card transfers, adjustments. A membership group is when you want more than one customer to use the same loyalty ID in your store. Okay, so in your management console, you go to operations, loyalty, membership group. So right now I have only one group created. That's the Thompsons, and I have George and Marla. Okay, so sharing the same loyalty account. So both have accumulated 470 points. So whomever comes to the store, whether husband or wife, they can use the same loyalty card, the same loyalty account, and they can benefit from whatever is available for them. Right now they're platinum. So this works for families, for companies, etc. Card transfer. Loyalty card transfer is used when, let's say that some of your customers has accumulated a number of points, and he or she is, let's say, that's moving out of the country, or doesn't want to use that loyalty program anymore. So they can do that transfer to a friend, a relative, or whatever. So for that, you use the loyalty card transfer, and then you have to enter which is the customer ID that you're going to use as the source account. So let's say that Edward Robinson, this one is, and is going to transfer, sorry, you actually select who you are going to transfer the points to, and in here you select who you are going to transfer from. Okay, so in this case this customer has no available points, but in that case these points will be transferred to Edward Robinson, right? So that's about loyalty card transfer. And finally, you have the adjustments. Like I said, for every customer, you can always do loyalty adjustment journals. So let's say we want to adjust to my customer, let's say George Thompson, and I'm going to do an adjustment of 10 points because of some power failure at the store, and the system didn't catch the latest, so the customer comes back, complains, and I need to do this adjustment. So I am going to give George 10 points for that error. So at the point of sale, let me log into the point of sale. At the point of sale, you know that you are able to, let me see if George Thompson, you can view. At the end, you will see, everything about George Thompson. You will see that they are members of the Thompson's membership group, and now they have 408. Remember that they used to have 470. I can even go to the loyalty points, and I can see the adjustment that I did for 10 points to the Thompsons. All right. Notifications. Let me go quickly. How are we doing in time? Okay. Notifications. Loyalty notifications. There are 6 different notifications that you can use for loyalty, and that's something that you define, whether you want to use email. You can even use iVend passes, and you can use also SMS text. All right, so you can whenever a new user is created, you can set a notification that will be sent when the customer joins your loyalty program. All right, there's an email, an SMS template. All right, these templates also you can adjust them, modify them as per your needs. As you can see, this is a predefined template for new user creation. So whenever your customer joins your program, you will see an email being sent to welcome to whatever store, unique loyalty program, etc., etc. Okay, so you can the point statement. Sorry. The point statement also. See, you can use predefined ones or create your own ones. You also have notifications whenever the customer is endpoints away from the next level. So you encourage your customers to come to your store and do more purchases. Whenever your customer cross into a next level, you can, for example, you can also send the loyalty statement, let's say every 30 days, for example. That's another notification. Every time the customer awards or is awarded or redeems points, you can also send a notification. And finally, you can send a notification when points are going to expire for the customer so that they don't lose those points. All right. So that's about notifications. In terms of loyalty reports, there's also a good amount of loyalty reports in the system. I'm not gonna go into those. You can check them out. Sorry. You can check them out by yourself in the management console. All you need to do is go into reports and loyalty. You'll see all the reports that are available there. All right. And also in terms of dashboards, we also have very nice predefined dashboards available for you. You just go to dashboards and you'll see them right here. So for example, the loyalty finance view, a very useful one that will allow you how your loyalty programs are working, you know, whether I need to change or tweak something in my program so that it works better, a loyalty overview, loyalty plan performance, also, you know, by store. So check them out. They are very interesting. Again, as you know, both reports and dashboards can be adjusted and customized as per your needs. So check them out and let us know your comments. And this is the end of the presentation. I hope that what I show you is clear. I know it's just a general overview of iVend Loyalty. Don't forget to use the resources that we have available, such as the knowledge portal and all the documentation and e-learning videos that are there. There's quite a bunch of videos on loyalty, so please do serve yourself and check them out. And also, if you have any questions right now, please let me know, and if I can answer them, I will be happy to. My email is rogelio.rueda@cityaccess.com. In case you need something further, I will be more than pleased to help you with any of your questions. So if there's any questions, please do let me know. We have reached the end of the presentation. Thank you again for joining this webinars. We really appreciate your presence and your feedback. So anytime I can help you with, please do not hesitate to shoot me an email anytime. rogelio.rueda@cityaccess.com. Thank you very much for your time. Have an excellent day ahead.